Yeah. It's BB on the mic, coming through crystal clear, with Hammy in the booth saying what y'all fear. We keep it raw, no filter, no cap, but now we got company, so let's run it back. We've been talking truth every week, no script. Now here come Timmy and Decoy with that aftermath drip. We respect the grind, different lanes, same drive. Now it's all out chaos when the crews collide. We when some camps collide, it's a clash of the vibes. Unfiltered meets the aftermath, no place to hide. Two worlds, one stage, better buckle up tight, cause BB Hammy, Timmy, Decoy, ignite. Timmy in the lab, breaking stories post-blast. Aftermath, don't sleep, we dig through the past, but now we live on air with the uncut pair. BB and Hammy, man, y'all wild but fair. Decoy here, facts sharper than a dart, but I love how Unfiltered got that rebel heart. We bring the logic, they bring the flame. Together, that's a podcast hall of fame. So you fact check every angle, yeah, we break it down slow. We just hit them with the real. I respect the bold flow. Say what they scared to say, but keep minds wide awake. And now we crash together, this ain't no mistake. We with some camps collide, it's a fusion of truth. From the rants to the reports to the wild and the proof. Different tone, same zone, we just amplify. BB Hammy, Timmy, Decoy, ride or die. Comes clarity, from truth comes sound. The mic's a battlefield and we hold our ground. Unfiltered and aftermath now side by side. This ain't a feud, nah, it's a vibe. Until next time. Welcome to the aftermath, we're breaking it down. Timmy and Decoy, they're taking the crown. They're laughing and smacking with no holding back. Reviews that sting like a full throttle.
Whiskey on my breath, fist in the air. Tell me to sit down, I don't even care. The sun will rise again, so will I. A little more bruised, a little more high. They talk, I laugh, they act, I roll. Keep pushing my luck, I'm out of control. Raised up rough, so I've learned to show. Mess around with me, you'll fuck around and find out.
Now here's the story, here's the scoop. Timmy's got the facts, Decoy's got the loop. They're breaking it down with some serious flair. If you didn't tune in.
Well, welcome back to the Aftermath podcast.
No, you shut the fuck up. Welcome back to another episode of fucking Unfiltered.
Hang on. No,
there we go.
Let me show you how to do this.
No.
Show you how to do an intro.
No,
Hey, my run sheet
You
said
don't
to
know
be
how.
here. My run sheet said to be here tonight.
Yeah. No, you guys are on my show. Hammy,
No, we're
I
not.
like you. BB, listen here, bud. You got some things to learn here.
All right, fuck
You'll
off.
learn how to do an intro.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Unfiltered. I'm BB.
I'm Hammy.
That's how you do a fucking intro.
Wait, but you all took our show on Monday.
Yeah, because
You took our show on Monday.
y'all were no call, no show.
No, we called.
No, we called. I mean, we were maybe a no-show, but we called.
YouTube didn't know that.
No?
And we sure as hell didn't tell them.
Yeah, I bet you didn't.
Sure didn't.
Yeah, but you should have. You should have
Should've.
explained that,
Been a
we
good,
had some
decent-
technical difficulties.
Decent leader of the squad productions would have helped his fellow squad
Why do I got to do everything for you guys?
because it's
Uh-oh.
kind of your rank there, bud.
Last I
You
checked,
gotta
there's
take
like
care of this idiot.
last I checked, there's like 11 of us a part of the squad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're the president and the CEO. Fuck around and find out.
So this is, if ever no one's caught on yet, this is going to be a collab of the Aftermath and the one and the only Unfiltered. We got Hammy here today. We got BB. Thank you guys for coming in. Thanks for covering for us on Monday. We had a little bit of a lost your voice-itis and, continued deaths in my side of the family. So we're just going to keep going along here.
Well, to be fair, we did tell people that y'all had some unforeseen circumstances happen. And so that we were taking y'all's place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I didn't get to watch
keep the show on the road.
That's what a team does, I think. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. There's an old saying, teamwork makes a dream work.
Yeah, and there's no I in team, but
no, but you can't spell M. There's an M and an E.
We just figured, Hammy and I just figured we'd come in tonight and show you guys how to get some views.
Oh, is that how it is?
Oh, whatever.
What'd you guys get last time?
Do what?
What'd you have last time?
On our time slot or your time slot?
Yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, let's just go take a gander here.
On y'all's time, on y'all's time slot, we had average. On our time slot, we had above average.
I wouldn't really pat myself on the back for cherry picking.
Well, we had a lot more views, and YouTube decided to fuck around and let us find out. And I don't know if Hammy realized, but they cut them down to like 70 instead of over 100.
Yeah, for like 3 days it was at like 160 something, then all of a sudden, boop, it went down. Like at first it was showing 120, but then when you clicked on the analytics, it was saying 160. So the number was wrong already. And then it stayed at 168, and then out of nowhere, just boop, YouTube's like, nah, these really didn't happen. But you could look at the chat and see that those people were there because, the chat said so. YouTube's one of those things.
So Bob,
I won't say nothing bad about them.
Bob, you've got Hammy down there in the left corner, bottom left corner. Bottom right corner, that is Timmy. So yeah, you said you like Timmy. And yeah, he said, yeah, if BB's here, then you get my view. That's true. He literally logs off if I'm not around.
I think it might be just an alt account for you.
It's not.
At this point.
I think so too.
It's not. We all know who Bob is. It's my biggest supporter.
I don't think I know still.
Oh, Jess?
Remy? Is it Hunter? Yeah? No? See, you're not really helping us out here.
Anyways, what the fuck what were y'all going to cover on Aftermath on Monday that y'all missed, and now that you're 3 days late, what do you got?
Well, I mean, we had the Unfiltered episode that you guys did, the first one. And then I think we had the Tater and a Beer and then the Front Porch to cover. But now we have the Mysteries of the Underworld. Is that what it's called? To cover, which is a really good episode. I mean, it kept me hooked the whole time throughout. I got to see it after it's aired. It's interesting to see the depth of research they have to go into to find some of the stuff. Jess took the easy way out and picked something more recent.
Well, imagine what they could do with a docket. They didn't have a docket. They just went off the top of their heads and looked stuff up as they went.
It.
But imagine if they actually have a structure and get that structure going together, what they can do.
I mean, hell, it was already good. I mean, them with the docket and a little bit more research on something, maybe some interesting facts in the middle. I think it's going to be a fantastic show.
I feel like this is pretty bad to say, but with the right structure on that could be that could take over. A lot of people are into that stuff, right? The whole ghost and murder mystery stuff, and that's a big genre. So really, with the right structure, I think that could be one of the most popular podcasts on Squad Production.
Yeah, it has a great potential to be. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, stop and think. I mean, he talked about Lizzie Borden. I mean, everybody knows about Lizzie Borden. Gave her parents 40 whacks and all that good stuff. But he went into pretty good detail on what how she may not even have been, responsible for the murders. This, and then going into the haunted dolls and everything. I mean, I knew about Robert the doll. I got the city wrong. It's Key West. I thought it was Fort Lauderdale, but I'm old and I'm grumpy, so get off my lawn.
Fuck
But,
those haunted dolls. Not happening.
You don't like those?
I don't do dolls. Period.
No, come on.
No.
Not even action figures. They're collectible.
Action figure. That's not a doll. That's an action figure. Get that shit right. Decoy over in the comment section last night. What about Ted the talking bear? Motherfucker, that's a bear. I ain't scared of no fucking bear. It's not a doll.
Have you seen the movie Ted? They're both fucking possessed.
It's not. Ted's not scary. Ted's not scary. He's a fucking stoner bear.
It's in the guy's head.
No, it's not. He really came to life. That was based on a true story, dumbass.
What kind of dolls freak you out? Is it the ones that are too lifelike, or is it the older ones that are wearing the Amish style dresses and hats and stuff, with the oblong heads and shit?
It's pretty much just the porcelain ones that have like the glass face with the glass feet, glass hands.
So if you had the lifelike baby, it wouldn't freak you out like they have in school now for like single parenting and whatnot.
I mean, those aren't creepy. It's mainly the ones that have that look like they could have something like a brain inside of their face.
Mm.
I think movies did a good job at dramatizing dolls to the point where, like, if you see one of those the porcelain dolls or whatever with the no eyeballs, because that's the whole thing, right? They'll have the eye socket, but it won't have an eyeball because that's the window to the soul, so to speak. So if you see a doll with no eyes, that's supposed to, it's a possessed doll or whatever, however they look at it. But they're always the same kind of doll. It's always that 1950s looking doll or 1940s looking doll that just for some reason is sitting on the floor minding its own business and just sits up. See, if I ever see some shit like that happen, I'm gone, first off. Second, I'm going to have to hire a contractor to fix the wall that I probably ran through, because doors won't matter at that point.
This motherfucker Scooby doing it.
No, he's gonna be Kool-Aid guy in it. Oh yeah, right to the wall.
The only thing I can say though, about Mysteries of the Underworld, is they've got to be careful when it comes to the murder part, because if it's an ongoing case, they can't be partial to guilty or not guilty, because if you talk too much about it and get too opinionated on it, you start to get into defamation of character. So you got to be careful. They got to make sure they tread lightly on recent.
Yeah, about that case, basically all they could do is report it as if they were news broadcasters and just report what's out there, not their opinion on what could have happened. But still, there's so much content that's in the past. Even if somebody's found guilty today, it's fair game.
Yeah.
Because now everything that happened in that trial that led up to it has, for the immediate sake, been proven factual. But over the course of time, right? The whole Bonnie and Clyde thing. There's so much you could cover. They'll never run out of content. It's impossible. As long as human beings do human things, there's always going to be content for them to cover.
And there's always going to be that one guy that tries to fuck it for the rest of us.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Is you're always going to have one person that's like, well, I'm going to fuck with the squad because for some reason I'm their biggest hater and I watch everything they do. This is where I could probably get them shut down.
Yeah, how's that work?
Favorite buddy?
I don't think our favorite person would be the one to do it.
Probably Bob.
It's weird that they brought up Lizzie because we were watching The Floor. I don't know if you guys have watched The Floor. It's a game show, and they have to say what the name of a picture is that comes up on a screen or whatever. And one of the categories was haunted houses, and that house popped up, and the person skipped it. They didn't know what haunted place that was. And then right after Jess and them went live, and he brought up Lizzie. That was the first thing he brought up, and it was like, that's fucking weird, bro.
Yeah, I think Nick ought to kind of look into also like some of the movie ones too, like Amityville. I mean, because New York. I mean, that's a good one right there too.
Well, Amityville was based on a true story, like loosely.
Yeah. Yeah, Amityville, New York.
The house.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
talking
they
about
did
the
the
house
house perfect.
specifically.
Yeah.
Like what? Like the dad or whatever going fucking nuts and chopping his fucking family into pieces.
Yep.
Wasn't that because of weed?
Well, didn't they? Wasn't it something to do with the water or something like that?
I'm not sure.
Or did they have?
What
Did they have
time
something?
frame did it happen?
Well, it was like
I mean, the
in
water
the
to me would be more like Detroit, wouldn't it?
It was like what, the 60s or 70s that Amityville happened?
Well, isn't that been attributed to like the MK Ultra project and stuff like that? Like they were putting LSD in the water and everything else. I don't know if that's confirmed or not.
I would buy that. I would go with that if like there was a lot of that kind of shit that happened in that area, right? Like just one-off incidents.
Yeah, but what if
I
a
would-
house is
I
on a
know-
whale? What if a house is on a whale?
Back in the 60s, though, like they did use the man murdered his family with an axe because he was high off of marijuana, like back in the 60s.
Well, yeah, that way they could try to control it and get it illegal.
Mm-hmm. So I was wondering if it was that story or if it was from the MK Ultra projects.
Even if
because there was isolated attempts.
even if you move there, Bob, even if you move there, Bob, LSD is no longer in the water.
You could move there.
Yeah. So basically, everything for Amityville happened in 1974. I don't want to go into too much in case Nick and Jess want to cover it.
Well, I mean, they're stealing our show. We might as well start stealing other people's.
What are you? We're literally collabing.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
let's get to it, right? Aftermath. Let's hear what you thought of Unfiltered.
I don't know.
They may
I don't
want-
really watch
they
Unfiltered
may-
too much.
Oh wait, shots. You talk about shots fucking fired. I was gonna say we may want to cover Unfiltered for last. That way we don't go just piss them off whenever we rebuttal.
Uh-huh. Is that right? We'll just end it now, or is that what you're saying? No,
What are you
We
talking
can
about?
say
This
the
is y'all's
Unfiltered
show.
for
I ain't
last.
ending anything.
Oh, you kind of being here and just ruins everything.
Go ahead and cover Unfiltered. What you got?
No, we're gonna cover the old front porch there, Decoy. Have some
God.
favoritism here. So, your first podcast and your first show,
Yep, first
Damn.
one.
and you said it would happen a little bit quicker than you thought it would. Do you feel like that affected the quality of the show, or are you pretty happy with how it turned out?
No, actually, I'm pretty happy because it actually happened right after two significant anniversaries of tragic events, unfortunately. But it gave talking points that I could actually talk about in the actual podcast. So
There you
I
go.
think the timing was almost perfect.
You weren't rushed
So
for
who-
that. You picked when you were going live.
No, you said I need you to fill this time slot. Damn it!
Yeah. But you told me you wanted to do it within 2 weeks, and you announced it 2
Yeah.
weeks ago. But I gave you a time slot and said, "Here's your time slot."
Yeah, pretty much.
So don't bitch.
He rushed you without rushing. He's not bitching.
I
He's
didn't.
telling a story, you
I
dick.
didn't. That's not rushing. Hammy, is that rushing? He said he wanted to start in 2 weeks. I gave him a time slot within that 2 week period that he asked. And I said, I need you to fill in on Sunday.
I don't know that I would say that was rushing. I would say that maybe the episode was put together, maybe. I don't know, like I can't speak for him, but maybe it was like, oh shit, what do I talk about? Last minute thing, bam, here it is.
It wasn't last
Right,
minute.
like-
He had time. He knew what he wanted to do.
I had a couple of items already picked out, like the bird migrations, each night now moving forward, a lot more birds are going to start migrating. And like I said, our peak season is coming up in 2 weeks between I think it's the 3rd and the 6th of May. Is when our peak season is, when we're going to see a lot of migratory birds go back north again.
Yeah, well, I feel like them bastards fly directly over my vehicle on the way wherever they're going.
Well, it's not my fault you painted a bullseye on your minivan.
And it seems like they have to shit every time they get above my vehicle.
It's shiny. They like it.
And I know, because I live in the country and my nearest neighbor is a state cop, so I know it's not some punk ass kids in the city going by paintball on my vehicle. It's if it is, then they have really good aim to aim straight up in the air and have it come down and splat right in the best spots too, like on the door handle. It's really good.
Yeah.
I don't know how you shit on the side of a vehicle and get on the door handle, but
It's impressive.
pretty. Yeah, it's like lawn darts, but not.
Flying at
They
like
know they're
15
doing
to 20, flying at 15 to 20 miles per hour too. Bombardier, crank up the northern sights.
I don't know why we haven't started putting frickin' little itty bitty bombs or something on birds' assholes and send them into war zones, because you know they're gonna shit on somebody's car. Like they're just gonna do it.
Well, they can't do that because birds aren't real. They're just KGB spies. So since you're a CIA operative, they're aiming for your car. It's a passive-aggressive move.
I can't deny that.
Wait, I
Can't
thought
confirm that neither.
I thought you were in witness protection.
I can't confirm that, and I cannot deny that either.
Tomato, potato. It's all the same thing.
He's told me multiple.
Potato.
He's told me a few different stories of why he is behind that. The thing is, this isn't even his real voice. I've heard his real voice once, and he sounds like Timmy Turner from fucking Fairly Odd Parents.
Hey, whoa. That's classified. You can't be speaking that stuff.
Yeah,
You
now
blow
look,
his
now
cover.
he's gonna be the next one with a silhouette over him. Government don't let me show my face. They're afraid something bad might happen.
Well, hopefully it's not people, dying.
No, the bullseye on me ain't that big yet.
No, I
Might
mean
be
just
more like
seeing the face.
The
Hopefully you're not
power
hiding
going
it.
out.
The power going out.
Yeah, something small time crime, like the internet shutting off for a couple hours or
Just minor arson.
Wait.
simple thing.
Wait, you say the internet going up for a couple of hours? So you must work for Verizon.
Nailed it. We're starting to figure him out. He's been on a commercial. I knew that hairdo.
You got me. You got me. I need a new identity.
Can you hear me
Somebody
now?
call
Blacks
the
out.
Penguin Quid. I need the Penguin Quid King to come help me.
Penguin
Oh
King.
no, here we go with the penguins again.
Hey, BB, I got a question for you. What happened to our Aussie friend? We were going to do those
Which
kangaroo
one?
fights.
He gave up on me.
What? Dude, we were going to rob a cruise ship while the piracy was good.
Decoy
And then
Decoy knows the drama.
Oh, I didn't realize it was.
Dude,
That one.
dude was just a kid, and
Okay.
he got his pussy. His pussy went dry, and he just got really upset.
He burnt his shrimp on the Barbie.
Is
Oh,
it the one
tiny
I'm
shrimp.
thinking of?
No, different
No.
Australian.
All right, because there was one, I can't remember his name now, but it was, what the hell was his name? I'll get it.
You're talking about Tim, Tim.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, not Tim.
and it's not Polly either.
Talking about that rando.
Yeah.
Well.
But yeah, he drama, and he left, and it is what it is.
Damn, so does that mean I get my hat?
Yeah, sure. I still never sent Decoy his hat.
Wow. He's the
That's right,
worst
you never
prize. That's the worst raffle ever. Don't send the prizes out. You announce the winners. Yeah, it's these guys. Oh, fuck it. I'm going to forget about these hats.
Look, I still haven't sent. Jess was supposed to send Tater his camera 2 weeks ago. She still hasn't done that. Maybe she'll do it tomorrow.
I doubt it.
He did send me the address.
Wait, are you gonna send me a camera?
No,
Fucking favoritism.
better show.
Their show.
That's rude. Wow. Talking about shots fired. So glad I don't watch your freaking shows.
Well, that just means we can't have a negative review, so that works.
No, I go make sure I dislike it every time.
Oh, you're the hey! I found your 1 thumbs down on your Schedule Ones videos, Hammy.
Yeah. I love that. That's like, I love it though. I hope it keeps up because it's like every time my video, like within 5 minutes of my video being posted in Discords,
Dislike.
that some bitch has a dislike instantly. And I'm not stupid. Like, come on, I'm not dumb. I know what's going on here, but I'm just gonna let the show keep going because what can you do but laugh?
Bob Weiler over there
Still
in the
watching.
comment section. I'll take that camera. I'll take whatever you got. Dude's always wanted
got
me
no
wanted me to
comment.
give him shit.
Yeah, I want you to give me my fucking hat I won.
Well, let's give him a hard time.
There's that fake ass Polish kid. Woo wow.
Oh man, you better be good.
Why?
British fuck.
Oh, yeah.
He's a fucking British.
Cosmotech. No, he's selling Cosmotech. He better be nice.
BB's
Well,
here.
so-
He ain't gonna act right.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
probably
true.
not.
Well, he
So-
was here. He just walked away.
Are you doing like an every week thing for yours for the front porch, or how's that going?
Yeah, I'm going to shoot for every week because I think there's enough articles in the news to continue going on a weekly basis. But like you all covered on the app or on the Unfiltered about Pope Francis. So I'm not gonna. I'm gonna try not to rehash stuff like that. Because
Well, I feel
it's
like by the
if you-
time you go again, right, they'll already have had the funeral, and there'll be stuff topical to talk about. And I don't even know, does the conclave begin like around that time? But I think it would be like Sunday or Monday that the conclave begins, because it's usually 1 week after the death of the Pope is when they start to pick a new one. So you might be just in time to talk about that too.
Well, it was what
Yeah, well,
9 days is what we looked into.
Yeah, it's
all
something. It's not long.
132, all 132 popes have to be able to get to the Vatican, have to get settled in, get sworn into secrecy and all that before they can start. So yeah, it takes a while, and a lot of people just think it's going to be the next day, and it's not. I mean, let's see, Benedict and Francis, the conclave only lasted 1 day for each of them to be elected, but there was 10 votes per day though. And so, I mean, you got to take all that into consideration also. But one of the tidbits that I found out was that it doesn't have to be one of the cardinals.
No, anybody in
It
the world can be elected pope.
Exactly. And it's like, that kind of blew my mind because I thought it had to be a cardinal because I thought it was, in the structure and everything else. So, I mean, as far as we know, they can walk out with Hammy Games as the next pope.
Yeah, could you imagine that? There goes the Catholic Church.
You
Exactly.
We're
get
gonna
a
celebrate
Budweiser.
the birth of Budweiser. Yeah, celebrate the birth of Budweiser. Holy water's gone, Budweiser's in. But like,
he's gonna
say
fucking be
that
like
anybody,
Oprah. You get a Budweiser. You get a Budweiser.
check under your seat. There might be a case of Budweiser. Ha! Everybody gets a case of Budweiser. Joke's on you.
Check
But, like,
on the
that's-
top of your head. You all get a fucking helmet drinks.
That's one of those things, like anybody in the world could be elected pope, sure. But no, you can't, because that means that you would have to know every one of them cardinals, and it got their support that much that they'd be willing to do that. It's not like they just have a list of everybody's name in the world and they throw darts at it, and that's what happens. So, like, you could be, but you're
Yeah.
never gonna be. There's no shot in hell.
What's going on, Boogie? Glad you're here. Tallest Leprechaun says
Hey,
one
Boogie.
dislike equals one view.
Damn right.
Exactly.
Not if YouTube has anything to say about it.
Cosmetech's
The thing is,
gone.
YouTube doesn't care if it's thumbs up or a thumbs down anymore. They don't care. If
Yeah, it's
you
a view's
get
a view.
thumbs up or a thumbs down to them, you got a view, and they're gonna push you even more.
And here's like the thing, right? In the past 28 days, all my videos combined, according to analytics right now, have 12,086 views. Like, so
that's including your shorts. I was fixing to be like, whoa, but that's including.
Yeah,
your
that's
shorts.
everything included. I have just in the past. Oh, what does it say here? So far in the past, since March 31st, the views are up 12.1 thousand. So the analytics are off by a little bit because it's saying 12,086, but then the actual view count's saying 12.1. So there's like a 20 vote or 20 view difference. But what I hate and I wish they would bring back is I wish they would bring back that the videos show the dislikes and the likes. Right? Because, you know, if people don't like something and it's recommended to you and you click on it, well, you're not going to know if you like it or not until you watch it. But if you see that it has, 1,000 thumbs up and 10,000 thumbs down, there's a pretty good chance that if it was recommended to you, it was recommended to people who think the same as you, and you might just say, I'm not going to waste my time and be disappointed. Yep. I know what they got rid of it because of the snowflakes out there in the world who, were getting bullied. Oh, you get bullied on the internet. Oh, poor baby.
Isn't that sad? A thumbs down is considered bullying now. Man, what the fuck
a lot
is
of things
wrong with the
considered bullying
world?
now. Waking up in the world's considered bullying. Somebody took offense that you're still alive.
Hey,
yeah,
hey, you ain't wrong. I mean, we covered a lot of shit in Unfiltered that I'm sure a couple of those people don't like us very much.
That's all right, because there's a good chance that I feel the same way.
There's a good chance I don't give a fuck. It's a real high probability that I give zero fucks.
Yeah, like the wife, when I was in the hospital 2 years ago, the wife got me this shirt to leave the hospital in. And if anybody knows her the way, like, she's not a confrontational person. She'll talk shit, but she'll talk shit when she's like a block away. But she bought me this because I didn't want to be there in the first place, and life is life. You live, you die. That's what the hell happens. So she bought me this shirt that said, "There's a 99% chance I don't give a fuck," and I'm like. All right, I guess I'm wearing this out of the hospital because it's the only clothes I got now. I walk.
Is it just me, or does it look like Timmy is falling asleep on us?
I think it's just you, bud.
We gotta get him some studio lighting.
Look like you're dozing off a little bit over there.
No, I can.
Is Unfiltered?
I get more views when we're all sleeping anyway.
No, the pizza rolls got the views.
The pizza rolls have got you.
Yeah, fuck off on that. It was my pizza rolls that got you the views. So in return, I got you the views.
No. Them pizza rolls are their own entity. They were working for me.
So are you gonna start up a two drugs,
Bob.
as paint dries and just have it pointing at a wall?
You're not gonna read that one, huh?
Bob says, I'll hold you in my arms so you can fall asleep. Dude, if I do that, you're gonna fall in love. We can't have that. I don't need you to wake up so you brush my beard.
What are you drinking there?
Right.
What it look like?
Vodka.
Like water.
Yeah.
I thought you cut
go
back.
Night real quick. I did. I haven't drank in like 3 days.
So now you're pulling a me, and you're drinking vodka over ice, or is it mixed with something?
This is the only thing I'm going to be drinking. So
is it mixed with anything, or is it just straight vodka?
Well, the ice has water, It'll mix.
Bro, I knew we were fucking brothers. I just knew we were fucking brothers. Hunter's ass is always like, I don't know how the fuck you drink vodka over ice straight. It tastes like rubbing alcohol to me. It's fine. It all goes down the same.
Yeah, I mean, how it all gets watered down. This way, I didn't have time to mix up any tea with my late arrival here.
Why do we have people stirring the pot over here? Now we got Boogie saying he's falling asleep just having to hear BB's voice.
He's got a point. That's why I like
He's probably on
Boogie.
break. He's probably on break right now. That's why.
Well, they keep wanting to.
I like Boogie, man. He just spits it how it is.
They just stir the pot. They want the feud between BB and Aftermath to continue. Well, guess what? We now have Hammy.
Oh,
Here I am. Arizona Tea. Yep, they're out of business. They went out of business a week ago.
Did they really?
No, they didn't.
We had this
I was gonna
conversation.
say, I just heard a fucking story of how they started up and everything, and the dude's still kicking.
Yeah, how old is he now?
Fuck, I don't know.
Yeah, I thought he was like pretty old.
All I know is he won't sell for shit, and he always encourages to still sell it for 99 cents. And him working and listening too.
Damn, multitasking.
A lot better than what BB can do. He can only talk. He can't listen while he talks.
Yeah, that's a true statement. So,
I just finished one.
speaking of Boogie, Jamie.
Yeah.
How did you feel about Tater and a Beer?
I liked it. It's a really good atmosphere to be into. Yeah. It seems like, I don't know, being on the other side of it, the time seems to fly by. Because I didn't even get to tell any of my kind of stupid, funny stories where they were fucking with us or I was messing with somebody else, and we were already out of time.
So you got to do a part 2, or are you going back for a part 2?
I don't know. I got to talk to Boogie about that. We'll see if they're interested. They probably got quite a bit to work through here. What in the hell? Bob is going wild.
Yeah, that's what
they sell it for $159 at the
Bob,
store.
I hate to break it to you, but Arizona tea is not made in Arizona. It's made in New York City.
No.
And it's not even tea.
Oh no, it's not.
It's made in a warehouse.
In a stainless steel vat.
it's not because they had to change suppliers and it went up. Just in general, it went up. I remember when it was 89 cents a can. Here, I think it's like $1.29. It might be up to $1.59 now.
Boogie says, "Yeah, we're gonna do a part 2." So there's your answer, BB. Gonna do part 2, funny stories and blooper reels.
Just an idea. I think that y'all should record part 2 and release it in one of your put it in your pocket. Release it when you don't have a weekend to go live or something. Just
now that you've said it, I don't think it's a good idea.
It's a great idea.
It seems like it's going to fail now.
It's not going to. It's not going to fail.
I do have a couple. I got a couple videos I want to send them so they can play. It wouldn't be a bad idea if that was recorded, so we can splice those videos in and be a little bit more of a quality experience, viewers. I got one of blown up 15 C4 charges on top of a Bangalore charge that we ended up detonating, and it threw some stuff. Threw quite a bit of stuff in our direction. It'll be a good video to see.
Is it like the Mythbusters blowing up the cement truck?
Not as hectic.
Okay.
We weren't in real danger. We were back far enough that the only thing that was going to happen, we were going to get hit on the head with some dirt. But it's just dirt. It's not like it weighs anything.
So Bob wants to know if it's not tea, then what is it?
Well, they market it as brewed tea, right? But it's not, because if you go buy the tea bags and brew it, then it has that brewed tea. You know, some people do the sun brewed tea where they'll brew it and then stick it out in the sun and let it sit there for a little bit or whatever. This, to me, Arizona tea tastes like it's trying to be tea, but there's too much water and not enough tea. Now, my wife's aunt, she'll go through 2 gallons of that in like 3 days. The only thing that does for me is it's like drinking beer, except for with beer, at least there's a side effect and the piss. If I drink that, it's just the piss. But you know, everybody has their own taste on things. I wouldn't classify it as tea. Like they have that Pure Leaf. Anybody ever have that Pure Leaf stuff?
Yeah, it's not.
Pure Leaf and
Yeah.
Gold Peak.
The only one of Pure Leaf I like is their green tea.
See, and when I get it, I have to get the extra sweet tea or the extra sweet branded version of it, just so that there's some flavor to it. Arizona tea to me doesn't have flavor. It's like somebody ran out of tea bags when they were making tea, and they ended up having enough tea bags for a pint, and they ended up making a gallon. So there's that little bit of tea taste, but nah.
I can agree with that, Bob. I hate the gallon of Arizona tea. Has a different flavor, It's not the same. It's kind of like beer. I'd much rather have a Miller Lite on draft than have it in a can because the taste is better on draft. But draft, everything tastes better.
Well, and draft beer also gets you sicker faster because you're drinking more air than anything else. Like that's when you go to the bar. Back when I was in my drinking prime and I would go to the bar all the time, I would get cans of beer even at the bar, even though drafts were cheaper. Just because I've watched so many people get sick and throw up, and it basically is just all foam because it's all air and the beery stuff coming up. Now, when you go out to concerts and shit, that's all you can seem to get anymore is draft beer. And by the time you get back to your seat, you spilled half the fucking stuff, so you got to go back and get another one anyhow.
I hear, man, they sell the tall boy cans for like fucking $14 a beer. Well, you're lucky if you can find a stand with draft. But you got a lot of fucking stadiums around you.
Yeah, well, I went to the Creed concert at Hershey Stadium last September. I had to walk
about where you live?
About 45 minutes away. Yeah, it's not too far. Like if you've seen a top-down view of where I live, I'm in the country. Like there's way more farm fields than there are houses. But all I got to do is drive about 10 minutes one way, and then I can get up on the highway, and then from there I can go anywhere up and down Pennsylvania. But from the highway to Hershey, for me, it doesn't take long at all. It's like one straight shot, except for I think one or two exits. But still, those are just veer off things. It's not like you have to take a real exit. But when I went there, they didn't sell beer inside the stadium. Like when I say that, I mean like, so the stadium where the seats are, from the seats in, they did not sell. If you wanted a beer, you had to go into the catacombs. You had to go like under the bleachers, back where all the bathrooms and shit were.
Yeah.
Well, till you got there, you figure there was almost 100,000 people in that stadium. That's not a couple people to walk through. So when you have to go, they put it this way, they had checkpoints put up. It was like borders that they had ins and outs. If you were going to get beer, you had to get in the out lane. If you're coming back in, get in the in lane. But then when you came back in, they had to check your bracelet or make sure that you had your ticket stub with you, even though you only needed to show that to get in the doors. But they did sell them tall cans. They were like $11 a can. So I bought 4 of them bitches, stuck 2 in my back pocket, and carried 2 in my hands and walked in.
I'm trying to let you buy that many. A lot of them stadiums will limit you to like 2. Like 2 per person at one time.
Yeah, you just get 2, you walk out, you sit them on the guardrail, you turn around, walk back through the line.
So he was limited.
Yeah, but
he got lucky his beer didn't get stole.
It was right there. It was like literally right there. Like there was like a, I don't know, like a 3 foot high by 1 foot wide concrete median that ran down this whole strip, except for where you would go in to like the beer aisles, like the lanes to walk through. I would walk out the exit, sit it down, because when you walk out, you pay. And then I would just sit it down, get right back in line, and walk around. So my beer was sitting next to the person I just cashed out. And 2 minutes later, I'm walking through that same line with the same 2 beers. They didn't give a shit. They're making the money. Their only rule was if you couldn't have. So they would take the bottle caps or like the beer tab. They would take the tab off the can, and if you bought something that had a lid on it, like a aluminum can or aluminum bottle, they take the lid. You're not allowed to have that because that's a projectile. Even though to me, I'm pretty sure I can throw an empty beer can or a full beer can way further than I can throw a cap.
Yeah. That's no shit. Pretty sure I can crush it up and frisbee that motherfucker a little bit further than just the top.
Makes no sense. I don't understand some of the rules, but it is what it is. Like, you know, I said to the people that we were with at the concert, I'm like, I wonder if the reason they're taking my the tab off my beer can is so they can collect it for them school programs, and they can look like superheroes at the stadium by donating, 100 pounds of caps or 100
We had 100,000 people here today, and we collected fucking 300,000.
Well, it could also be the fact that you can turn the cans and bottles in without the caps for the total of 5 cents, and then also do the aluminum scrap waste from all the tabs and the tops. And that's separate, so you still get your full 5 cents, and then you get the extra per weight for the clean aluminum for the tops.
So
it definitely wasn't.
Go ahead.
Well, they definitely didn't do it to try to keep the waste down, because once the concert was over, it was like somebody dropped an atomic bomb, and everybody was just scattering to the nearest exit.
No, I mean, when they go to turn them in, they don't have to, they can already separate it there and then still get the scrap weight of aluminum and just tops. And then when they get their cans.
Yeah, no, they're getting their money back a little bit anyway, but like you should have seen the floor of this. I was floor seating. I was like 20 rows back from the stage or something. There was so much garbage and trash on the floor. Like, people didn't even give a shit that there was garbage cans at the end of the rows.
Yeah.
They just threw it on the ground. I'm thinking, now this is why tickets are so expensive, because they got to pay somebody to come in here and clean up after 100,000 people. And Hershey Stadium over the weekend, if you go on their website, usually during the summertime, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, concert. Like, one's done, they're flipping around. As soon as one band's truck's pulling out, another one's pulling in to set their stage up. It's crazy.
How many people lit up and smoked some weed during that Creed concert?
Oh, a lot. I got accused of this fucking ditzy bitch walking up and down one of them, like, what are they called? Ushers. They're walking up and down the aisles acting all tough, right? And she looked over at me. Now, mind you, I'm 6'6", 230 pounds with long red hair. I don't just blend in. And the lady looked over at me. You could smell it. It was everywhere. So to say who was doing it, I don't think you could unless you caught him. But she said to her friend, or like, not her friend, but the other worker on the other side of the aisle from us, she was pointing back at me. And I'm looking at him, and I said to the lady out loud, I'm like, you got a problem with me or something? Why don't you come say it? And she walked up and said, you got to put that weed out. And I'm like, put the weed out? I have a cigarette. I don't have a weed. So if my cigarette smells like pot, you might want to talk to the person 2 rows in front of me. I didn't say that because I wasn't going to snitch on the person, but I'm thinking, if you have enough balls to blame me, you dummy, at least look like you had to walk them rows past to get to me. You didn't catch them, but you thought it was me.
Is Hershey Stadium open, or is it fully enclosed stadium?
It's an open air. It's an open air stadium.
Because I was gonna say, like, ours isn't a stadium; it's an arena, but you can't smoke inside of it.
Oh, you weren't allowed to smoke cigarettes there either, but
you're not allowed to smoke cigarettes inside around here. But every single concert, everybody's passing the joint.
Well, I remember going and
I'm not trying to stop smoking in places like that. It ain't gonna happen.
I was respectful up until it got dark. Once it got dark, I was like, that's it.
Well, I mean, your cherry gives you away.
Not when you cup it.
But
yep.
I remember going and seeing Aaron. We went to go see Brantley Gilbert many years ago. I don't recommend seeing him in concert because he fucking sucks. Because he talks way too close to his microphone and you can't understand a fucking thing he says.
Huh? So you?
What are you talking about? You can understand every fucking thing I say.
What?
Yeah, fuck off.
I knew there was a or a what coming. I knew there was a
Anyways, Aaron Lewis was opening for him. And Aaron Lewis puts on a hell of a fucking concert. but that dude was drinking whiskey and smoking fucking weed while performing his concert.
Well, they're not going to
Yeah.
yell at the person making them the money. They're going to yell at the people paying the money to do it.
Yeah.
They can't kick the rock star out, but they can kick your ass out. Like, that's just...
Yeah, the last time I saw
Welcome to
Toby
America.
Keith, he was fucking just did not give a shit. He was drinking and smoking on stage and didn't give a fuck. But we were also outside.
I don't
That
think
probably
was Toby Keith a weed smoker? I thought he just smoked cigarettes.
Oh, no, him and
No,
Willie
no.
Nelson got to have a history.
Oh
He had
yeah.
a song.
I know him and Willie Nelson got a history.
Yeah, he never smoked weed from Willie again.
Yeah.
Well, that's like. Have you seen some of the videos of James Hetfield when he getting ready to go on stage for Metallica? That old boy fucking downs a cigar in about 5 different cups. He has like 5 different cups there and takes a swig out of each one before he goes out there. So who knows what he's drinking before he's hitting that stage?
And you know the weirdest thing about the concert, like everybody was smoking weed. I guess it doesn't. Weed is non-denominational in music, but like there was Avenged Sevenfold was at the concert. 3 Doors Down. There was obviously Creed was the headliner, and there was another one. I can't remember who it was, but none of them are like. Yep, they're the pot band. They're the band that you just go, that's the band that smokes weed. Especially when you got Creed, who's a freaking Christian band, for Christ's sakes. Like, they're a Christian rock band. So the fact that all of this stuff was going on just says to me, hey, it was 2024 at the time. You know, you could do whatever you want. Now it's 2025, and you really can do anything you want, apparently.
Man, that would be cool as fuck. Having 3 Doors Down and Creed all in one night. That would be cool as fuck to see.
See, I went to the bathroom when 3 Doors Down took stage because they lied. Right? They said in between each set there was going to be like a 10 or 15 minute so they could switch out the instruments or whatever, right? And I'm like, okay, cool. I done drank 2 of those. I drank 2 pounds of beer. And I'm like, I better go piss before this next one starts. So I went on the half-a-mile walk to get to the bathroom, and I'm literally just walking inside the outhouse thingy, the porta potty, and I heard the band start up, and I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. Of all the bands, that's the one I came there to see. And now I have to try to trek all the way back through all these people to get back to the seat. I made it back after like their second song, at the end of the second song. But you could, that stadium's so goddamn loud, you don't even need to buy a ticket. You could just sit in the parking lot, and you're going to be just fine.
You probably have people that do that.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah. Just pay to rent a parking spot, whatever it is, $10, $15 to rent a parking spot.
Just make loops around it in the parking lot. Just don't even stop. Just waste
Have
the
the windows
gas.
down, head out.
Yep.
Well, okay, so when Brandy bought our tickets, they were roughly $130 for 2 tickets. So, I mean, if you subtract the $20 parking fee, there's $40 off of it, so it's down to $90. So, like, it's not, the tickets aren't really that expensive per person, especially where we sat. I'm sure we could have got the $10 tickets or whatever they are in the very back of the stadium where all you can do is hear them anyway.
And saved a little bit of money. And even at the door, ticket prices seem to be a lower price.
Yeah,
For
but tell my
concerts.
wife that she's a 3 Doors Down. She's a Creed person, so you know,
tickets.
if she could have afforded it, that's where I'd have been sitting behind the drummer probably.
Hammy, I done started something bad. Tall ass leprechaun says, "How many of y'all are staring at Hammy's camera, thinking it's really him gesturing?" I done pointed it out, and people are realizing the gesturing now. And now I'm talking with my hands and matching up with yours and doing the same fucking thing. You know what I mean?
Not me.
Yeah. Well, it just happens that way sometimes.
So-
There's really nothing you can do about it.
So Timmy and Decoy, the whole reason Unfiltered is here tonight is we wanted to cover Unfiltered with y'all. We wanted
But
y'all.
first, we wanted your opinions.
First episode or the second episode?
first episode, of course.
Okay.
You can give your opinion on the second one, but that was just a filler.
That one was basically a newscast, if you think about it.
Yeah, I mean, I did. To be honest with you, I didn't really catch a lot of the second one. That's why I'm asking, because the Wonderful World of Science and Fiction really kicked in hard on Monday night.
We'd rather talk about our hype show, and I feel like we lived up to the hype. But do people disagree with that? I feel like we met expectations of the hype.
What did you think the expectations were?
I just said it. We hyped it up. So, like, our expectations were that it was going to be super fucking successful. And it was.
Oh. You mean like, so what you want on every show? Not a I did it for a specific reason, or this is how I did it.
No, we did it for a specific reason. To get the fucking truth out there and to clear some motherfuckers' names.
I feel like the thing now, the whole Unfiltered premise, when it was the Delta BB Unfiltered, it was BB, right? Now there's that shooting match where the fact is going to be presented by both people, even if the other one didn't know what was going to happen or what was going to be said. And I think that's the best part of Unfiltered. Like the podcast that I was a part of prior was kind of the same thing. We had the run sheet of what topics we wanted to hit, providing we didn't go overtime on another one. But we didn't know what each other was going to say. And I think the most important thing is if somebody's going to do something or say something, and it's consequential to not just like the squad's Discord, the squad's members, or the squad itself, it's still going to be aired out. Like, and if they have a problem, they can come on and, give their 2 cents too, because far be it from us to be judge, jury, and executioner, but I'm going to do my best to put the facts out there to the best that we know anyhow.
So I had to cut out when, as Becidus or whatever the hell his name is, however the hell you pronounce it.
Asmodeus.
Did he ever, Asmodeus?
Yeah.
Okay, so did he ever end up popping in the VC?
He sure as fuck did.
Yeah. He did? Alright, I missed that part.
We were very persistent. Like Tyler, we told Tyler he could, whatever. We told Tyler we weren't forcing him to join. But Asmodeus, we were super, super consistent and persistent, and was like, nah, bro, you got to hop in. We want to have this fucking conversation with you.
And I mean, they weren't going, for the jugular either. They were wanting to sit down and have a civil conversation. And a lot of people were thinking that I think Asmodeus. Actually, you got me saying it now, Bill.
Ah, fuck you.
Asmodeus.
You can't.
It's like I think that he was thinking that you were going to go after the juggler again in a very public forum, and that was not the case. It was, just to go in and set the record straight, which you all literally did. And, I think it was a more like a very productive, not come to Jesus meeting, but, sit down. And I think it had more of a, what's the word I'm thinking?
Positive impact?
I don't want to go that far because
I wouldn't say it was positive. It wasn't positive.
No, I didn't see it.
It wasn't
So.
positive. It wasn't positive, but it wasn't fully negative either.
How about impactful? Let's use that word. That's
a good word.
There you go. That's a good word.
And believe me, Decoy, if they would have came at us sideways, Hammy and I both talked before the start. We already knew what we were talking about. And if things would have went sideways, we were all for it. We were ready for it. Like,
yeah.
if you want to fucking go, then yes, we will go for the juggler. But we weren't going for the juggler. It
I
wasn't
think
happening.
what made it where if like in retrospect looking back on it, I think what made it so much different than what it very well could have turned into was there's no way to say we were lying because we showed the screenshots, right? Like the proof was there. We just put it out there and gave everybody involved the opportunity to come in and give their side of the story. And some shit happened afterwards that really now kind of irritates me, but it is what it is. You may have remember this. Afterwards, I was still in a chat with both of them.
Yeah.
For quite a bit of time, and the apology was done again. You know what I mean? For like proof that it actually kind of deal, and I was told by, damn if I can remember his name now.
Tyler as
Tyler.
buddies.
Yes, Tyler. I was told by Tyler because I asked him. I said, "Why do you keep leaving and joining the Discord? I need to know this because I'm confused." And he said that the only reason that he left initially was because he didn't know what to like. He was so mad he didn't know what else to do, so he left.
Well, we got that part out with the resignation letter that he didn't read the entire thing. He only read that he was being terminated, and he just saw red and was mad at BB. That's all he was mad at was me.
And then we had that conversation that led to the podcast over at South Coast Productions Discord. And then he rejoined the Discord because I think then he realized, hey, you know, maybe he's not the bad guy or going to be treated like the bad guy. And I thought, cool, this makes sense now. Now things are starting to get normal. Then he left again. Then he joined again to be part of the podcast. And then I asked him again, I said, you know, like this is where the why do you keep leaving and joining thing come in? And he said that he doesn't know, but people are telling him that he shouldn't be a part of this Discord. Essentially is what it was. And I was like, huh, people. And I didn't prod no more because about that same time is when BB jumped into the Discord, into the call again, and then, you know, went back up to whatever was going on up top. And then by the time that I was going to go up there, it was like everything was dying down. But there's some things I think that are being said to people that are really shouldn't be happening.
I've got an idea of that. We can cover it on the next Unfiltered. But I don't have screenshots and I don't have facts. So at that point, we would just be assuming. So we can make an ass out of you and me.
And that wouldn't be the first time I've done that.
You did a pretty good job of that, BB.
Yeah, you did that pretty well.
But I have an idea of that because I'll tell you afterwards.
Oh, I think you and I are probably both on the same page on this.
Nah. If you follow Tyler, I know what's going on. But Tyler doesn't. I don't think Tyler realizes I know what's going on and who's persuading him.
I do now. I think he does now.
No, Tyler still probably doesn't know who the fuck I'm talking about and what I know. We'll save it for Friday.
And I understand his concern with messaging BB too, like please don't cover me in the podcast type thing. Well, it was right in the song, right? Tyler's in the fire, but we got his six. That's like I've listened to that song so many damn times leading into that podcast that I almost know it without even listening to the music for it. It's there. It's really a letdown when you go to bat for somebody and then this still turns into this. It's like why even waste your time to try to help somebody when they're just gonna spit in your face again anyway.
All right, Decoy, you got it for a little bit.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot in that I still don't really fully understand, but it's like knowing the information behind Tyler and his conditions and everything, I can kind of piece a lot of it together because I do know a lot of people who are in that same type of situation and they kind of act the same. So I could see the warning flags, the red flags, and everything else. But dumping discords and going back in, that does not kind of fit that trait. Like you were saying, that's more like an earworm syndrome. And yeah, I think it's, I think that they're trying to do that because they know he can be easily manipulated.
Exactly.
And I hate to see that in anybody because, especially when you have conditions that are beyond your control and you have a person putting in a freaking earworm in you, that should not happen to begin with. That person who's doing that, shame on you, literally.
I
Literally
wish,
not your friend. They are not your friend if that's what they're doing to you.
I wish that he would have stayed with us. Like, even though your show didn't do great, I'm sorry. I wish you still would have stayed with us and tried to learn how we do things and how all of our podcasts run. One of the stipulations was you could still come on podcasts, you just had to be invited. And I'm sure he would have been invited to more podcasts, but I wish he would have stayed with us because I feel like out of everyone that he's dealing with right now and is inside of his ear, we were the most understanding and we weren't judging him and taking advantage of him like these people are. There are people taking advantage of him.
Oh yeah.
And
Quite
it's
a few
sad.
people.
And it's
I
sad.
have a feeling.
It is. He's being tugged. He's absolutely being tugged right now. And I hate that because right now they're making him feel comfortable and that they're on his side and that Squad Productions is the bad guy. So Boogie said, I still would like to know who leaked out what I posted in Squad Only chat. And he's referring to what we covered or what we ended up ending Two Drunks in a Bottle the last episode on was a message got leaked that Tyler wanted to off himself. And it got covered.
He definitely is listening to the wrong people, Boogie.
We have a mole somewhere in the squad, and I've got ideas, and it's my own opinion. No one has swayed me to believe anything. I know who it could potentially be, and I don't think that they want me to find out because when I find out, it's not going to be pretty.
I just don't understand it. If it's happening, if that's happening, you should feel like a piece of shit. Not because, like, if you try to do that with me, it's not going to work. But if you're going to take advantage of somebody who may not be able to make that differential right on the spot, and that leads to the in the door, out the door, in the door, out the door thing, you should be ashamed of yourself as a human, and you should probably look in the mirror and say, if I was that person, how the fuck would I want to be treated? Because you don't know. Tomorrow, you might get hit by a goddamn car, and now you're in a wheelchair, or you got some brain problems. I don't really think you should be treated any different than anybody else. Why take advantage of somebody, man? That shit is not cool. And if you are backstabbing people that are here to help you and support you, and you're in the Discord and you're playing games,
it's kind of easy to with what Boogie's talking about. It's kind of easy to pinpoint who could have done it because there's only 11 of us that are a part of the squad, and that number grew drastically over a span of a week. But you got to think there's some inactive squad members. I'll put it that way. There's inactive.
Cosmetech.
No, Cosmetech's not a squad member. There's
Yeah.
there's
Damn, I
inactive
thought I had it.
there's inactive squad members that hold no uh no value, and that's probably a bad word to use, but hold no value to the production side of squad productions. Your host that you see, though, that's squad productions, but we've got some that are inactive that are here
I'll put it
only
this
to be
way.
able to see chats. And that's why I made a
I
comment earlier in the squad only chat. Watch what you say about Tyler. And it wasn't even in a negative light about Tyler. But watch what you say about Tyler because people are taking screenshots of this chat.
Well, I mean, first off, I
And we have nothing
I
to
spend
hide.
a
I'll put it
yeah,
that way.
I'm
No.
I'll share my screen
I
right now and show you the chat.
I spend a lot of my day recording videos and uploading videos for YouTube. All the while, Discord is just in the background. So no matter the time of day, I see when Discords are active and when they're not active because I have my shit in folders and all the stuff that I don't get into. I have the folders collapsed, like all the, advertising stuff and marketing related stuff and 5M script stuff and all that. They're all closed. I don't go in them. But there's maybe like 4 or 5 Discords that stay open all the time. And I get to see that little speaker pop up, when there's a voice chat going on or something. So I'm 99% convinced that if I had to point the finger, I know who I'd point it at. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying that there's no other way that I could think differently when there's too much evidence to support it and not enough evidence to not support it. Just my opinion. Anybody, everybody's able to formulate their own opinion, but I've seen some things maybe other people didn't get a chance to see. So
to continue on Unfiltered, what else you got?
Oh, was it my show now?
Don't you love seeing that Yeti show up in his background a little bit?
Yeah. What's going on with that?
He loves his
This-
Yeti mic.
Oh, you like that, huh?
I talked him into that Yeti mic.
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah,
There you
I had that stupid Elgato Wave 3, and every time I share out something on Discord, I can't hear it. And it's because that stupid mixer would not allow Discord to put it through. So I went back to Old Faithful here, and it literally been working good now for a change because the plug used to act up on it. I don't know what the hell was going on with it. So
Oh, it fixed itself. I love those. I love those errors or the repairs that need to be done.
yeah, I had to put it in timeout for a month.
Yeah. What you got, Timmy?
So, oh, you're gonna leave now?
Yeah, always.
Here's a damper. What you got? Gets up and leaves. All right. I thought we were done taking shots for a little bit. Oh, I think it's bedtime for my little lady.
I think he's trying to find a vein right now.
Oh, jeez. Give me a second decoy, and I need like 5 minutes. I go put her to bed.
Okay. So,
lightning in the background.
yes. Thunderstorms, good to sleep with. He's muted, but he doesn't know it. So what's other than I caught part of the Pope part from the second Unfiltered. I didn't catch a lot of what actually happened later in the second part of the Unfiltered.
Amy's
Did I
favorite
miss
part
anything
was
exciting?
you missed fast food ratings. That was Hamy's favorite
Oh
part.
my god. Boy, whoever wrote that list failed terribly. Absolutely terribly.
So, okay, so who was the top 3 fast food joints according to that list?
Who do you think number 1 was? We'll ask you that question.
Mickey Pukes.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course it is. Even though the only thing they got good.
And Burger King was probably number 2.
No, Burger King was like number 6 or 7. I can't remember who
Oh,
was
really?
number. Chick-fil-A was number.
Maybe-
No, Starbucks was number 2, and number 3.
Starbucks is not a fast food joint.
Starbucks
It's a
was number.
freaking coffee crapper.
Starbucks was number 2, and number 3 was Chick-fil-A.
Look, this is how bad this list was. There were some places that made the list like 2 to 3 times in different ratings. Like, how could you be like the 16th best, the 8th, and the 3rd? Like, how does that work?
Okay, so whoever made that list must have been, from the South, except for they weren't from Texas because Whataburger was not number 1 on the list.
Whataburger's a bad Sonic burger.
Really? I never had. That's what I heard. It's like, okay. You remember here in the past, what was it, five or so years, the whole smash burger crave became a thing? Like smash burgers, my whole life, smash burgers have been popular because that's a cheap ass way to make a hamburger. It ain't even a hamburger. You just take half the meat and smash it down, and it looks big. Yeah. And really, Burger King and McDonald's have been nailing that for years because that's basically where's the beef, right? Like, what's going on here? But now it's really popular. And there was a couple years ago, I can't remember his name. I'll have to look it up, but he's like the burger god or something, and he lives in New York, and he does all these burgers and shit. He wrote a book about the nation's burgers. Everybody gave a shit. Now they don't. Why? Because it's all the same. Like people that go nuts over Raising Cane's, whatever it's called. They have
the chicken joint.
It's chicken fingers, dude. It's chicken fingers. And they get excited. They're like, "Oh, I go fucking drive 12 miles to go get me some chicken fingers." No, just.
And they charge you extra for each cup of fucking cane sauce.
And it's not even good either. Like the sauce isn't even good. What is it? Ketchup and mayonnaise mixed together or some shit? Like it's nothing special. All you got to do is go get a chicken breast, slice it up, dip it in egg, flour, and fry it. And guess what? You just made your own chicken finger.
Well, okay. Here's what makes me mad about going to Raising Cane's. They serve one item only. Why do I have to still wait 10 fucking minutes to get my food?
Well, yeah, you have your choice of a 3-piece, a 4-piece, or an 8-piece, or whatever the hell it is. Like, it's all the same. We went.
There should be no wait. It's like pick, put it in a plate, send it out the door, go, done.
This past November, right around Thanksgiving, like the day after or something, Thanksgiving, we took our nieces and nephews to this like holiday light show. Like it's like a big village that's all done up in lights, and you get on this tractor, and the tractor, or you get in this like a hayride deal, right? Like there's a tractor, but it pulls this thing behind it that you sit in, and it drives, and it's really fancy. It's kind of cool. And we didn't know where to stop, and I'm like, I don't want to stop at like a Burger King or something. If I'm going on a trip, I'm not stopping at a Burger King. I'm going to stop at whatever's in that area, but not in my area. And so we stopped at this Raising Cane's. The only cool thing about it is the dude named the restaurant after his dog. Right? Like, that's it. If you look at pictures from inside the restaurant, it's a picture of his dog. That is like the only thing it's got going. But so we get in there, and all I seen in there was a bunch of hipsters, like teeny boppers, that don't know what food is, and they think that they're eating really good chicken. Go to the bar and get chicken fingers. Those are some of the best damn chicken fingers you ever got, because they ain't changed that grease in like 3 months.
And they're beer battered.
That shit just has flavor. Yeah, that shit just has flavor.
Hello, Brooke. Welcome to the live stream.
Hey, Brooke.
Glad you're here. So
I mean, there's better places to go get chicken food. I mean,
KFC isn't one of them.
And Popeyes was on that list too.
Yeah. No, Popeyes. I do like Popeyes. I mean, I'll go to Popeyes, especially if I need to get a good old fashioned cleaning out.
You ain't got it. You ain't your Popeyes. You can get through the drive-through easily.
No, no.
Here in
Our
the South,
town-
it's wrapped around the fucking drive-through 3 times.
Yeah,
you can
our
make
town
the
here
you can
does
make
not
the
like
food
drive-throughs.
faster than you could buy it. Like
Yeah. Popeyes. Oh, and the chicken. By the time you get it, it's not even all that great.
About a year and a half, 2 years ago, I was BB. I was working at this place called the Thompson Town Corner Deli. Love that place. Some of the best employees, the owners were absolutely amazing. But I used to go there and just make dinner. Like I would go to the store, buy shit, go there and put it together and cook it for, the employees. And there was this kid that worked there. His name was Nick. He was on the spectrum. Let's just put it that way. And he loved chicken nuggets. And I'm like, well, shit, I'll make you some chicken nuggets. You'll like these.
Hunter, clip that because I'm pretty sure like we're turning this into a drinking game. So clip it, Hunter. He called me by my real name.
No, I didn't. I said BB.
He said BB.
Now you go. No, because when we left off last time, I said you got me. And that clip that you had him sent.
Hunter, clip it.
Yeah, that clip that was done before proved my innocence too.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. It still sounded like you called an airless fryer a deep fryer.
Send it to me, Hunter.
Yeah. No, Hunter,
Okay.
Hunter, send it to me, Hunter, and I will play it live
No.
on air. I will play it live
No.
on fucking air.
An airless fryer is a deep fryer. That's why it's called an airless fryer, because there's no air, it's all oil. But so I told this guy, I said, I'll make you some chicken nuggets. All the while I had no idea how to make fucking chicken nuggets.
Decoy is like pondering over there. he did the
It's
same
air
thing
fryer,
I did.
airless fryer thing.
He did the same thing that I did. Whenever you said airless fryer, then you called it a deep fryer, and I'm like,
No,
Wait.
because the deep fryer you have to have at least
Wait,
2 or
what?
3 quarts of oil, and you dip it in. That's a deep fryer.
Right.
An air fryer is nothing but wannabe hot air warming up your food.
Nope. You're missing it. It's called an airless fryer.
but
Like no
before
air,
you-
deep
but-
fryer.
Yeah, you tell him,
It
Hunter.
would be a dehydrator.
But before check Clip It channel and Discord, this one we have. It's literally in the air before you drop it in the deep fryer, so it's not airless. If you want to get technical, it was in the air before it got dropped.
Yeah, but it's
into
not.
the
It's
deep
not
fryer.
cooking in the air.
There's no air in the grease because of the viscosity.
There's air
Okay, so-
bubbles.
so-
There's air bubbles in that grease.
You're
Not
right.
in the
You're
deep
reaching
fryer,
now,
buddy.
baby. You are reaching. I'm
You're
fixing.
just
I'm
posing
fixing.
for a reason.
I'm fixing to drop that first name now. You're just gonna try to
Yeah.
bait me into getting caught up on you, huh?
Well, I mean, technically, there's a lot of stuff in deep fryers. There's rings
All right.
and everything else too.
Let's look.
It's a ring fryer
look at-
Exactly.
or a ringless fryer. Just
He said-
to make,
he said he put
BB
it in-
happy.
He said he put it in the Clip It channel. He didn't. He's talking about the air fryer
Yeah.
thing.
Yep.
He didn't
Yeah.
That
clip.
one
He
there.
didn't clip the what I said clip. Love that he's still
Yeah.
watching.
No, he said
He's
clip.
still. No, it's not clipped. It's
Yeah.
not in the Clip It channel.
Go ahead, now
Oh.
play that, because I guarantee you, it says what I meant for it to say.
All right.
Because Brandy hates me when I say that. She'll be like, "Are you gonna deep fry it?" And I'll be like, "No, I'm gonna put it in the airless fryer."
Where's the Clip It channel?
Because
I
I
don't
feel
know.
like if you deep fry something now, these
All right. I don't know why the
these
Clip
energy
It.
people might get mad.
I don't know why the Clip It channel is way the fuck up there. Anyone in the Discord should be able to see that.
No, they got the tater in a water bottle one.
Hold on.
Hey, what happened to the
We got a message in here. Okay.
Tater in a bottle of water.
what happened to the
Uh,
other channels above that one?
I'll explain it later.
Hang on.
There's a method to my. There's
Oh,
a
there's not.
method to my madness. I'll explain it.
Oh, because
I'm
I
actually
don't
gonna.
have access to the I don't have access to the squad only channel no more.
I'm
You're
gonna.
gone.
I'm gonna explain it actually live on air, and then you'll
Oh.
know
No?
why. You'll know why that I say that. All right, so
Okay.
here's that clip.
Take your chicken out, put it in the egg, put it in the flour, put it in the egg, put it in the flour, put it in the goddamn airless fryer. Or for the rest of us normal Americans, we call it a deep fryer. Put it in there, wait till
Did
the
you
bitch
watch
floats,
the
put it on
stream?
some buns, add your ketchup, mayonnaise, whatever you want. There you go. You
Just
got
a
yourself a
little
good
low.
chicken sandwich.
Did he just call an air fryer an airless fryer?
Bam. Yeah,
Bam.
rewind that.
Rewind
Chicken out,
that.
put it in the egg, put it in the flour, put it in the egg, put it in the flour, put it in the goddamn airless fryer. Airless fryer. For the rest of us normal Americans, we call it a deep fryer. Deep fryer. Put it in there, wait till the bitch floats, put it on some buns, add your ketchup, mayonnaise, whatever you want. There you go. You got yourself a good chicken sandwich.
Did he just call an air fryer an airless fryer?
Nope. Yeah. Tell me how much air.
Like, I try to keep composure as long as possible.
None. It's all air. It's all...
Jeez.
Anybody else get that now? Does it make sense?
Yeah, pretty clear.
It's as clear as mud.
I'm not a normal American, I guess. I don't call a deep fryer an airless fryer.
Neither do I, but I only do it because of the woke people that like to come up with new names and make things up that don't exist.
I don't go to Walmart and say, "Hey, ma'am, I'm looking for that airless fryer." You know where that is? What aisle is that airless fryer on? And more than likely,
fryer and a gallon of grease.
More than
You
likely,
gotta play the tater in a bottle of water.
More than likely, that dumb bitch is going to walk me to an air fryer and not a deep fryer. Just saying, because that's a normal Walmart employee.
Well, you know.
Yeah, but that's also.
Hold on, we got.
Oh, there it is.
Right.
Hammy is BB's real name. Hang on, I gotta watch.
You know. Starting to love this game.
But guess the video.
You know, about a year and a half, 2 years ago, I was BB. You know, I was working at this place downtown corner. Starting to love this game.
Oh, what about the bottle of water one?
All right, hang on. Where's the bottle of water one?
It's in there. It's up a little bit. Couple up.
Join tater in a bottle of water.
Yeah.
Join in.
Of course I'm fucking inside of that.
I gotta start charging for this. If my voiceovers are getting used publicly now,
Publicly.
that was again one of them off the cuff things, much like the drunks thing. Join in to Tater in a Bottle of Water every 2 weeks, Saturday live. Join in to Tater in a Bottle of Water.
That's a good one.
Weeks, Saturday live.
Fucking gave you that smoker's laugh.
Oh goodness, guys.
So, Timmy, you're the only one that hasn't covered anything on Unfiltered. We're up to 10 viewers live. Just saying. Me and Hammy said that we'd show you how to do a live stream.
We're sitting at 8. So I mean, you can
I'm watching.
It shows 10.
I'm watching it on Streamlabs.
Go outside and adjust your antenna just a little bit to get a little better Wi-Fi there.
So
yeah,
it'll light you up just a little bit.
I'm gonna throw it out there just because it's relevant right now. If you go outside with a glass jar, you might be able to catch some lightning in a bottle.
I doubt it. Even lightning doesn't want to touch me, and I feel it. So I did kind of cover because you had Tyler on there, and you had that
him
one fucking name that is just.
I could say it now, Asmodeus, because I've seen it about 100 times. But the night that it happened, I wasn't paying attention to it. I was just calling it by whatever came out, and then it just turned into a thing. But
yeah, and the brief things that I caught on there, that was the biggest thing. Tyler hopped on, and then Asmodeus was in the comments. And then I had to do fatherly duties.
Lame.
So I did cover the Asmodeus part. By the way, Mr. Text on his phone.
It's because I'm fixing something.
Mm. Hopefully your life.
Yeah,
Damn.
that's exactly what I'm fixing.
Good. About time. Starting to get worried for you. But I don't know. Do you want to cover anything that you did in your last one that I didn't see?
We
But
can.
we were going over the fast food.
Did you? I suppose.
It was basically a filler, a time filler that turned into a unfiltered newscast. Basically, like we just gave our opinion on current events, and BB, go ahead and clip that. Decided that he was gonna ask my opinion on these damn fast food things.
Mm.
And if it wasn't the worst list I've ever seen in my life put together,
It was
not
bad.
that the results were bad, but just the fact that some of these restaurants were on the list multiple times. Like, you cannot be, well, you didn't make the top 10, so here's about 3 participation trophies. You're 15th, 18th, and 25th. Like, you know, if Burger King sucks, or if McDonald's is the number 1 on the list, it should be nowhere else on that list. If Burger King is the last one on the list, it should not be higher up on the list. You should get 1 spot, not 3 or 2 or whatever the case may be. But, you know, far be it from me to judge how they write a list. I got pretty proficient in my last podcast at covering. We would do this every podcast. We would cover, like, you know, the top 10 cereals or the top 10. And half the time I would get them wrong, because to me, the best cereal ever made, and maybe it's just because I'm old and this is what I had to eat, was the damn little corn puff things. They used to come in a bag. They didn't even come in a box. It came in a bag, like a big long ass bag, like you would buy popcorn in. And they were just, I don't even know what they're called now, but they're like the best. I'll get the name of them. Hold on.
Well, I thought you were going to say kitty litter in a box, grape nuts.
I don't know. I like Raisin Bran, so that's not a very good popular one. I just like the raisins in it. Either that or
I
the
like
almond joy.
Shredded wheat's my favorite one.
Shredded wheat. I don't eat cereal.
There they are. They're called Golden Puffs.
Golden Poofs. Oh, you got them out of the big Walmart bags. Like
Well,
those,
we used to buy them at a
bulk
store
deals
called
or what?
Wise's.
Oh,
We
okay.
didn't we didn't get it. I mean, it's a grocery store, but yeah, they're like the freaking. It's like a 2-pound bag of just the cereal, and I guess there's Golden Crisp. I think is like the name brand, or Honey Smacks or something is the name brand version. But when you grow up in the 80s and you didn't have a bunch of money, you ate what the hell it was. Now, as an adult, the best cereal is Frosted Mini Wheats, hands down. Frosted Mini Wheats. I don't like a cereal that sits in the milk too long and it's soggy by the time I get to the end of it, because I'll dump it out. You know, it's like that old when you have a grilled cheese and tomato soup. I don't know if you guys do that or if that's just a us thing up here, but like you would get a bowl of tomato soup and grilled cheese. You would dip.
That's a southern thing too.
You would dip the grilled cheese in the frickin' tomato soup, eat it, and then at the end, after you were done, you would take crackers and put them in the soup and eat it.
Dude,
I can't do the crackers in the soup because to me it tastes like I'm eating a fucking worm. So I can't do it. I don't like soggy.
I seen something today that brings tomato soup and a cheese, grilled cheese sandwich. It makes it better. Put your grilled cheese sandwich on a waffle maker and press it to make it a grilled cheese, and your soup actually goes into the waffle holes, so you get more soup in your sandwich.
I also saw that if you use
And
mayonnaise,
you end up in
instead
the
of butter,
hospital
that
in a
just-
trash can.
Yeah, you're right, Timmy. Mayonnaise is the best butter. If you wanna get a not soggy result, like put mayonnaise on in the same layer you would put butter on, and then just use that to fry it up. It's also a healthier alternative too.
Mhm.
But it stays crispier longer. So the longer the sandwich sits, it doesn't start getting all mushy.
Okay, so since we're on this topic here, has any of you I'm pretty sure maybe Decoy has, and you might have since you're in Pennsylvania. But I just learned about this when I moved up north, the northern states here. Chili with a cinnamon roll,
Mm-mm.
dude.
No.
Don't,
Nope.
don't doubt it. It is the fucking best.
Fuck
You need to
that.
try it. I'm not fucking.
Y'all
You like
don't,
cinnamon rolls?
y'all don't fucking season your fucking chili up there. So what the fuck am I
No,
gonna eat
no,
that bullshit
no. It's
for?
the,
Oh,
it's
you
the sweet
you don't
and
want my
It's a
spicy.
chili.
chili out of a
The
can.
sweet and spicy. The combination of the chili, dude, is amazing. You have to try it. I was skeptical at first
I'm
too.
not talking about
I ate
you.
it.
I'm not talking about you, Hammy, because I know you like.
get-
I know you like flavoring.
Well,
so
and also
I'd
I
probably
Get
eat your
the
chili.
cinnamon.
But most of them fucking
don't-
I get the
Yankees.
cinnamon.
Most of them fucking Yankees can't cook. Most of the
I don't-
fucking
I don't
Yankees
just
can't
make-
cook.
I don't just make regular chili, right? Like I'll take smoked sausage and I'll cut it up into like little medallions, and I'll put that in with it, along
Alright,
with maybe sometimes I'll put chicken in there,
You're already losing me.
and sometimes I'll put steak in there because like I don't
Yeah,
I don't like
yeah,
just
you're already,
meat.
Yeah, you just completely.
I
lost me.
don't like meat and beans. I want a hearty chili. I want something that has substance, not just beans and meat.
That reminds me when I worked for Old Navy, and this woman said, "Hey, do you want some chili?" And I was like, "I love chili. Yeah, I'll take a bowl of chili." And her chili had chicken. It had sausage, like you just said. It had
What are
steak
you
in it.
talking about, Sir Boogie?
And I'm like, no, this is not fucking chili. And it was soupy. Like, no, chili's meant to be thick.
Hearty.
Oh, my shit's thick, but it's also hearty. Like there's it's not just hamburger and kidney beans
Yeah.
with flavor. I want something. Like it almost sounds bad to call it by its name now, but white chili made with navy beans. Right? Like it's a chili, but you got chicken, navy beans, and it's made like chili, but it's not the traditional red chili. Like, I don't know if anywhere else, maybe in the South y'all do it, but chili and cornbread.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Those two motherfuckers go together.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Chili, cornbread, and a little sour cream.
Boogie, that's what she said. Nice and thick. So
Nice
That's
and
why she
thick
married.
and
That's why
full-
she married
full
me.
cream.
I just want to rewind.
Nice.
I want to rewind a little bit to where certain people noticed that roles were that you lost a couple of channels as a squad member. Just want to bring that up because I said I would do it live on air, and you have your channels back. If you go back and you look, your channels are back. More than likely, they should be back.
No, they're not.
Oh no, yep, they're there.
Okay. Yours should be there as well, Timmy. So, whoever leaked that screenshot of in the squad only chat, you were left out. So, what I expect, if you don't want to be covered on Friday in Unfiltered, because this is the way I'm going to roll tonight, and Hamy's going to love it, is if I don't have your resignation or I don't see a Discord member leave, then it's fair game. And then we'll just make an ass out of him and me, and we'll assume. And there's only one or two people that can be called out. I'll put it that way. The people that have the role that I gave can count, and they can see that two people were left out of it. So if you're leaking my shit, leaking our shit, then I expect a resignation by Friday if you don't want to be covered on Unfiltered. If not, like I said, it'll be fair game. And hey, me and I will love to dive into it.
And I'm going to be full transparent here. I'm looking at the list of people that can see this channel, and I don't even notice the difference. So there's a good chance you're going to have to fill me in on it because it might not be who I thought it was then.
Okay.
But either way, even if it is who I thought it was, or if it's somebody that can no longer see it, you should be ashamed of yourself
I'll be
if
right
you're
back.
doing that shit. That is just messed up, man. People trust you and give you that. Like, why even do that? That just doesn't make no sense to me. I would
Because it's
a lot
easy.
of these. Well, yeah, but that just because it's easy don't make it right. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, it's easy to rob a bank and get $100,000. That don't mean that it's right to have it. Somebody's going to catch you eventually. You're not going to get away with it. But when you have a group, I was part of the squad for a while before I wasn't, and there was a very cohesive unit, I guess is the way to say this. A military guy would understand this. This is a foxhole buddy situation, right? We might not have to get along, but I'll jump in that foxhole with you and we'll fight through it. Unless somebody that's in that same foxhole is shooting at me. Then I got a problem. Then it don't make no damn sense. And if somebody's willing to, after the lengths we went to defend this guy, to still try to scumbag the same people that tried to help him, buddy,
So,
that is a bad thing.
Boogie noticed the difference. So I'll put it this way too: is that we'll bring it to a vote of removal, but you won't get to be involved in that vote because you can no longer see the squad only chat because you lost privileges to it. And then we'll fuck around and we'll make things right with Tyler, and we'll give opinion on that. Have another thing to cover on Unfiltered that has to do with Tyler, but not Tyler directly. It's just who coerced him away from the squad.
Look, at the end of the
That'd be
day,
interesting
and this
to hear.
goes to anybody. This goes to any member of the squad, any member in the squad Discord. I will have your back until you give me a reason not to. Right? BB can tell you there is many of argumentative fights that I have mediated over, and some of them that I have led and made sure they went a certain way because I'm not the, like, I am that. I sent BB a message the other day, and he said you and those fuck around and find out kind of songs. Because that's just who I am. That's how I was raised. Right? Like, I was raised that if somebody punches you in the face, you punch them back. If a girl hits you, don't hit a woman unless they kick you in the nuts. Then you can punch them back. At that point, they're a man. I'm not gonna attack somebody that doesn't deserve it. But I'm also not going to let other people get attacked that don't deserve it. It just ain't going to happen.
So what are the group's overall thoughts of how Aftermath Unfiltered collaboration happened? Would you
I think I know who it is now.
be willing to
Just looking at
have
this
us
list.
back?
Fuck no, we're kicked off of their shit for life. We're not allowed back.
No, we're gonna have to raid a unfiltered one of these nights.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
I feel like we came to yours, you come to ours. That's just kind of how this should work.
So I just got to get Hunter to flip the picture to where we're on top, not on bottom. I'm an on top kind of guy, anyways. I don't like being on bottom.
Not what your wife said.
Fuck off.
I think it went pretty well.
I thought you were the one outside screaming, "It puts the lotion in the basket or it gets the hose again."
Fucking love Joe Dirt.
He puts
Joe
the
Dirt.
lotion on the skin, or it gets the hose again.
Fucking love Joe Dirt.
That's not Joe Dirt. That's Buffalo Bill.
On Joe
Yeah,
Dirt.
it is on Joe Dirt.
But it was on Joe
No,
Dirt.
no,
They did
yeah,
Buffalo Bill.
yeah.
They did that reference on Joe Dirt.
Yeah, that's all. That was in like probably.
I know it was
oh my
way
God, 100
before
movies,
then,
yeah.
but it was best on Joe Dirt.
There was one of them that I seen that it was popular on was a dude was down at the bottom of a well and the guy kept lowering the bucket down to give him supplies and then he would bring it back up just to keep him alive. And on the very last one, he sent down a bottle of lotion. And the guy said, "What the fuck is this for?" And he goes, "He puts the lotion on the skin, or he gets the hose again." And the guy smashed the bottle off the side wall, and the dude just opened up a gate, and there was just a flood of water came in. And obviously, Buddy drowned, but
Yeah. I think my favorite Joe Dirt is speaking to the microphone. Wait, stereo.
I'm looking forward to the Waterboy. Is it no, not the Waterboy? Happy Gilmore 2.
Yep. They're
I'm
almost.
looking forward to that.
I think they just wrapped up production, so it's going to go straight to Netflix. They're not even. I don't think they're even put it in theaters. I think that because Happy Gilmore has some type of contract with Netflix.
Did you hear Minecraft might be taking the movie out of theaters?
That's good.
Or theaters might be refusing Minecraft actually,
that's
and it's
great.
It's a fucked up thing. You can go look it up. I'm not making this shit up, but there's a part in the movie where something happens and everybody in the movie or everybody in the theaters just starts throwing popcorn and cups and there's a couple of the instances where like the people that run the theaters are like, I've refunded so many families because of this. You know, if you guys don't knock it off, you'll all be removed, kind of deal. And theaters are starting to say, this is costing us too much money to clean this shit up and pay these people that came here as a family to see a movie about fucking blocks for these children to start throwing popcorn and sodas and...
Steve's not a block.
No, I have my reservations on it, but...
Did you see where they're remaking Anaconda and Jack Black's playing in it?
Oh, of course he is. They got to do something after the racist thing that Tenacious D did.
Tenacious D wasn't his last movie.
No, the Tenacious D was on tour last year before. I think it was last year. And
I didn't hear about this shit.
The co-star of Tenacious D brought a big ass robot out. As a matter of fact, it was right after Trump was shot, and brought this big ass robot out on stage with like a birthday cake or something. And he made some reference of like, you know, the robot's like, make a birthday wish, and he blew it out the candle, and Jack Black's like, what'd you wish for? And the dude said, for the next person not to miss. And they canceled the entire fucking rest of the tour. The production team canceled the tour. Basically fired Tenacious D. So right now, Jack Black's on damage control, and he's trying to build his career back. But, I mean, I'm not taking my family to a theater where I might get covered in soda and juju beans and popcorn. Like, somebody's getting knocked out at that point.
So Boogie said let him know he wants to call in to be a part if he's allowed. Everybody's allowed to be a part of any of the shows, really. All you have to do is join the waiting room. Hopefully a host will notice you and will bring you up. I can tell you that Hammy and I on Unfiltered, since this is a show that you're specifically talking about, we watch our waiting room. We prefer our guests go to the waiting room so that we can pull them up when we want them there.
Well, yeah, I mean, you'll see anybody that's in the squad's Discord, you'll see that there's 2 red dots next to the names, and it literally says live in between it. So if people are in there talking, go in the waiting room. You don't have to message or say I'm in the waiting room. We will see it. We have plenty of monitors open. We're gonna catch you in the waiting room. Just bear with us.
We got plenty of moderators. You
will be brought up.
So yeah, for sure, Boogie. We'll have you on Friday.
My only suggestion to anybody that's going to join to defend themselves: make sure you come in with facts. Don't come in there with feelings, because I'm gonna hurt them.
And I'll gather a little bit of facts beforehand. Hammy knows, and I had to think about it, Hammy. Hammy knows how I work. I'll talk to the people that I think it could be, and I'll have a discussion and see and gather if I think that they're lying or not.
Well, I
Yeah.
think, guys, this might be a good place to stop. Do you have any plugs, BB?
He's not used to a 2-hour show. He's used to that 1 hour get in and out.
I gotta wake up early in the morning, guys.
So do I.
Here's a simple plug. Here's a very simple plug. Hit the subscription button. Don't miss any episodes of anything the Squad Productions put out. Especially don't miss Friday nights because it'll be well worth the price of admission.
Which is free, by the way.
It is.
Kind of hard to beat that.
Tune in Friday night and then tune in Saturday night to Two Drunks and a Bottle because we are officially going to release the schedule of all of the shows. And we're having a host meeting during Two Drunks and a Bottle to where all of the hosts will be with us on Two Drunks and we'll fucking talk about it. All I know is Aftermath, y'all better figure out who's getting the repercussions first because that's going to be talked about on Two Drunks in a Bottle.
So that's not how that works.
Direct your
Also,
no, you got we our question is going to be to you: have y'all thought about it and who's getting it? Because y'all been quiet. Do you have anything? Do you have anything tonight?
TJ.
Who's getting it? Who's getting it? Y'all are supposed to release it on your next episode. This is your next episode.
Oh shit! That was literally a grenade thrown in a fucking window right then.
Or do you want to put it in unfiltered?
Hell, it was more like a damn skunk that was thrown in a window.
Or do you want to put it in unfiltered's ball court because we stepped in for you guys on Monday because we have an idea of who would have repercussions on their next episode. I'm just saying.
Who would that be?
Amy?
If we told you, we'd have to charge you.
So you guys are gonna pick me, huh?
No. I'm just saying if I told, because it could be anybody, right? But if I told you, if we don't have the authority to make that decision, then I feel like saying what that decision would be.
If we fill in for the repercussion show on the show that dishes out those repercussions, then I feel like that show should be the show that dishes it out.
Yeah. Well, I will say the past couple episodes have been pretty cool. I mean, everybody's been on their shit. You know, you got honestly Tater and Boogie. They're doing really good. They got a really good structure too.
Is that going to be their new thing? Tater with a booger.
Tater with a booger.
Could you imagine? Hunter did the French fry, but could you imagine Hunter putting a logo like that, just a nose and a finger?
I think we're gonna have to put it off for another week here.
Nah,
just because
we've had really good podcasts all last couple of weeks. We really haven't had any major screw ups or anything along the way.
All right,
I can't see punching somebody for a good show.
Jess is too new for me to get after about her audio being way too quiet.
Y'all wait for dude. I tried to fix her audio. Y'all wait for Two Drunks.
It's your fault.
Y'all wait for Two Drunks.
We'll announce it on Two Drunks depending on how that scheduling thing goes.
Decide what you want your schedule to be, and that's what's going to be announced on Two Drunks.
It's kind of hard to have a set schedule with this stuff, man. But we'll come to some sort of conclusion on that. So, Decoy, you got anything left?
No, I believe I'm actually pretty good. I've been kind of looking over some other items along the way, and I think I've got a good idea of what's going on in the background.
Yeah.
I will be right back.
Well, you can't leave now.
Yeah.
Wait, why is the silhouette still there? Oh, no.
Like literally 30 seconds. I'll be right back.
Oh, no.
Why is the silhouette? He just got up. Why is
he's got to pull the cork out of the bottom of the lake so it can drain out.
Yeah. It kind of does look like he's in like an aquarium in the middle of the summer.
Dude, it fits him so well though, because every time he starts talking, it matches up with him.
It's the
Every
cadence of his
single
talk.
time.
Oh, we got the smoker's cough out of him again.
Yep, he's not even a smoker.
He's going down. Hey, are we gonna get to see? Did anybody end up clipping you choking on the fist of God from that vodka shot?
That was bad. As far as I know, no one clipped it. I mean, it was right at the beginning of that episode, so anyone can clip it.
Man, I can't believe it hit you like that. Can't breathe that shit in, especially when you put hot sauce in it.
You okay?
No, I didn't put hot sauce. We didn't put hot sauce in the first shot.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm good. I was just letting you guys go.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't tell. Your silhouette just stayed there the whole time.
Exactly. Your hands were just going like this. We couldn't tell if you were back or not.
Hunter's gonna
Brother's
make it
always
happen.
watching.
Good job. Yeah, do it.
I think he just made it happen. I just got some type of notification. No, I didn't. Never mind.
Well, we can save that for a next one. I'll have a catalog. Well, I think it's been a good show. We're at 2 hours now. Hammy's still ticking out back there. Got BB on his phone. You end it how we started it.
Fuck off.
Well, who's running the show tonight? I meant
You
like
guys, it's your
behind the
show.
scenes. I meant behind the scenes. Your
you guys
pointing
are
doesn't
thumbs.
help because you're pointing to the wrong direction.
I'm pointing to BB. I'm pointing to BB on my
You
screen.
gotta go the other way.
Aftermath, this is y'all show. I mean, you ended the way you
No,
ended.
I didn't know if you had who had the program going.
I've got
but,
the program going.
Well, appreciate you guys for tuning in for another episode of the Aftermath here. Thank you, BB. Thank you, Hammy, for showing up and gracing us with your divine presence there, BB, Mr. High and Mighty.
You're sitting
The
at
Queen of
11.
Sass.
You're sitting at 11 views right now because of this drama queen. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we'll see about that. They come here for me too, bud. Just for the
No,
bickering.
Queen, Dairy Queen. It's all a bunch of queens.
I'm a Queen, Dairy Queen. He just doesn't have any good blizzards. I appreciate you guys tuning in here. Just make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys have any questions or something that you want to see on the next episode, let us know. Hit us up. Thank you guys for coming in.
All right, Hammy, and we'll end it on the unfiltered side. Till next time, I'm the Delta BB, and this has been an episode of the Unfiltered. I've been graced with the presence of my co-host.
Yeah, that's me, Hammy.
Peace, guys. We'll see you on the next one.
Later.
See ya.
Yeah. It's BB on the mic, coming through crystal clear, with Hammy in the booth saying what y'all fear. We keep it raw, no filter, no cap, but now we got company, so let's run it back. We've been talking truth every week, no script. Now here come Timmy and Decoy with that aftermath drip. We respect the grind, different lanes, same drive. Now it's all out chaos when the crews collide. We when some camps collide, it's a clash of the vibes. Unfiltered meets the aftermath, no place to hide. Two worlds, one stage, better buckle up tight. Cause BB Hammy, Timmy, Decoy, ignite. Timmy in the lab, breaking stories post-blast. Aftermath, don't sleep, we dig through the past. But now we live on air with the uncut pair. BB and Hammy, man, y'all wild but fair. Decoy here, facts sharper than a dart. But I love how Unfiltered got that rebel heart. We bring the logic, they bring the flame. Together, that's a podcast hall of fame. So you fact check every angle, yeah, we break it down slow. We just hit them with the real. I respect the bold flow. Say what they scared to say, but keep minds wide awake. And now we crash together, this ain't no mistake. We when some camps collide, it's a fusion of truth. From the rants to the reports to the wild and the proof. Different tone, same zone, we just amplify. BB Hammy, Timmy, Decoy, ride or die. From chaos comes clarity, from truth comes sound. The mic's a battlefield and we hold our ground.